So last year I made a manga called Smile For Me, which was a romance manga that won 5th place at the July Monthly Award in 2023. And since then, I grew a following of 12,000 subscribers on YouTube, and a lot of people were asking me when I will be making a new manga.
You got 2 one-shots and both of them look tragic, Lil Ninja.
Lil Ninja? What the fuck? Anyway, I knew that I had to step up my game and make something on another level. And so for that, I went on a manga training arc for the past year, where I improved my art fundamentals and also made 2 short mangas for the silent manga edition. I made an entire day in a life series on Instagram where I showed you how I did it, so you can check it out if you want to. Anyway, I did all of that with one goal in mind. I wanted to create a really good manga that was 100% better than my last manga. Everything else was irrelevant. I just wanted to beat myself from 1 year ago. And so me and my writer had to come up with a plan. Yes, if you didn't know, I have a writer. And he was on that training arc for the past year as well, since he was releasing a chapter of his web novel Angelic System every single day, and just like I got better at drawing, he also got very good at writing. Yeah, we're literally Bakuman in real life. Anyway, in January this year, we started having meetings about this manga, and we had hundreds of meetings. We talked about what kind of story we wanted to make all the time, and that's mainly because every time we suggested a manga story idea, we knew that it wasn't good enough and that we wanted to do something even more interesting. The ideas we were coming up with were not bad, but it just felt like the stories lacked something, and I knew we could do better. You have to understand, making a story for a one-shot is very hard because you need to make a really good manga that starts and ends in only 1 chapter. And so after months of making storyboards and throwing them away, making new ones and so on, we finally had it. Around May, we found a story that was special, and we knew that it was going to make people feel something. The theme we picked for the manga was time travel, which does not sound very original at first glance, but all I'm going to say is just wait until you see the final product. So, it was time for me to get to work, and by get to work, I mean studying for college exams, making games for my college project. Yes, I literally made a game, bro. I became a game developer in the middle of the most important manga project in my life. Anyway, I spent 2 months of storyboarding, sketching, inking, and trying to make this manga actually look good. And so one of the major problems with my last published manga, other than it was just bad, is the fact that it had no backgrounds. And well, in the manga training arc I had, I actually got really good at making manga backgrounds. I even made a tutorial on how to make them. But the deadline was coming very close. We wanted to participate in the Kyoto International Manga Award, which ends on the 1st of August, and we also wanted to participate in the Manga Plus Creators Monthly Award. But making the backgrounds takes a lot of time, and even though I knew how to make them, I knew that I needed a manga assistant, especially because I have a lot of exams. I have always wanted to work with a manga assistant to see how pro mangakas feel like while working, and I thought that it was the perfect opportunity. And so I sketched all of the backgrounds so the assistant knew what he should draw, and it was a really nice experience because I didn't feel alone while drawing the manga, and it saved me a lot of time, which is how we were able to submit the manga on time. Moving on, it was time for my favorite part of making a manga, which is drawing the cover and the illustration. Honestly, I was very proud of this character design right here that I made, and I wanted to have him on the cover and illustration as well, because he was more interesting than the rest of the characters. And so me and my writer used a filmmaking reference in the manga, which you will see when you read it, and we wanted to do the same for the cover as well. And my writer came up with the idea that we should include a clapboard that is used while making movies. And so it was time for me to make a really good cover that is eye-grabbing and something that could make people interested in reading the manga. And just like that, the manga was finished. The manga is out on Manga Plus Creators, and you can read it by clicking the top link in the description. I am also doing a giveaway and a drawing contest in my Discord server, so if you want to be a part of that, make sure to join the Discord. The link for that is also in the description. I'm really proud of how this manga turned out. It was the hardest manga for me in terms of making, and I was stressed all the time, mainly because I had to do so many other things while making it. And I'm still honestly in the middle of my exam phase as I'm making this video. But as I always say, no matter how hard the process is, it will always be so worth it at the end. And I get to experience that every time I make a manga, which I'm really happy about. By the way, I would really appreciate it if you comment your thoughts on the manga. I really can't wait to see your feedback. This is by far the best manga I've ever made, and I really want to know what you guys think about it. With that being said, shout out to my assistant for helping me throughout the manga and for his coloring skills. And also, I can't wait to see all of your drawings for the contest, so make sure to join the Discord. And now, here is the trailer for the manga. Enjoy. Regret. A feeling of sadness, repentance, or disappointment over an event or something that one has done or failed to do in the past. Most people looked at their regrets as learning lessons and started to move forward in life again. But no matter if one has learned from their regrets, they still hunt a person for the rest of their life. I mean, how often were we still up in the middle of the night and thought back on the moment that made us drown in regret, even though we know very well that there is nothing we could do now? And how often did we wish to make a different decision in the past because those we made back then were unfavorable? However, what if you were giving a second chance? What if you could actually go back in time and change something? If you were giving such a chance, would you take it disregarding everything else, even if you don't know the consequences or the price that you have to pay? Would you take it? And even if you did, could you even make a change?